Yerp, this Perp back with another video, and I finally got around to watching the last voyage of the Demeter. When I first saw this trailer, I was like, yo, this is going to be a sleeper hit for the summer season. You know, the summer box office has been very interesting to kind of watch and see all these movies do well. And on top of that, horror movies this year have, there hasn't been many, you know what I'm saying, compared to last year. But it definitely seems like it's starting to pick up. Like I said in my Talk to Me review, that it seems like the second half of the year is where a lot of horror movies are going to shine. But man, I had so much fun with this movie. There's some actors you might recognize, like Corey Hawkins. He is the main lead in this. You might recognize him from Straight Outta Compton. He played Dr. Dre. Liam Cunningham, you know, just to kind of name a few. The dude David, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but you've seen him in like Boogeyman, and he's always popped up in different movies here and there. But this is a very interesting movie because when I first saw the trailer, I thought, wait, this kind of feels like Nosferatu, and this is definitely a vampire movie, specifically a Dracula movie. So you have this ship, this Demeter, and they have to pretty much ship a bunch of cargo going from Romania to England. And what they don't know is that Dracula is on board. And this is what I really like about this film, and you know, just the setting of it being on a boat, a creepy ass boat at that, and it's very claustrophobic. You have all these different kind of characters, so there's a lot of places for Dracula to kind of hide and maneuver throughout this whole entire ship. And I like how they kind of play around with that, with the psychological aspect of his character, where he's just kind of playing mind games, where he starts off targeting, you know what I'm saying, the animals, and then they don't know exactly where to find him, but they're just stuck on this boat for X amount of time until they get to England, and they're just kind of going crazy, saying like, what is this? And I like Corey Hawkins' character Clemmings. He's kind of a doctor. You don't really know exactly what his motives are till later on in the film, but he's pretty much a doctor, and he comes clutch, you know what I'm saying. As soon as they find like this stowaway, or what they believe to be a stowaway, this girl named Anne, and she is very much connected to this Dracula character. And it's also interesting how they utilize Dracula in this, and because I was worried, because it's like whenever you got like a big CGI creature, it can always look weird, but I think they did a really good job on making him very eerie looking, very unhuman like, and he's very smart, he's very cunning. Like I said, he plays a lot of mind games with these characters before he starts to pick them off like one by one. And you're stuck on a boat, so you don't really got that many places to go besides in the ocean. And I also like just the characters in this film. And there's this little kid named Toby, which he does a phenomenal job in this as well. And they take certain risks in there that I wasn't expecting. And the cinematography of this whole entire movie is just really clean. It's definitely the cleanest horror movie that I've seen this year, especially when you get to the end. There's just like one specific shot, I was like, wow, that is really dope. That is a really dope shot. And just the tension that builds throughout this whole movie, with it being only like a 2 hour, just shy of 2 hours, you don't really feel the runtime because it just keeps you engaged. Like, you're just kind of wondering like, what's really going on? Is Anne really a part of all of this? Is she kind of just trying to play people? Because you're just wondering like, you're like, what's going on here? And I like that Clemens' character, he is a character that just believes in nature. He doesn't really believe in none of the supernatural. And the way that they kind of end this movie, it kind of alludes that this could possibly get a sequel. And I would be so down for it, because, you know, they did such a good job kind of just setting everything up and setting up this character and setting up this version of Dracula. I want to see more of what he could possibly do and where they can kind of take this whole entire story, because it's very fascinating to me. It's a really well directed film. The music, the sound, and how they utilize that was one thing that I really liked about this, that kind of plays a part throughout this whole entire movie, is the sound and the way that different crewmates would communicate with each other by knocking on the ship and hearing the echoes. And that was really well done. And yeah, you should definitely go check this out for yourself, because I had a blast watching this. This is definitely my type of horror movie. I'm curious to see how other people are going to kind of react to this, because I definitely think it's gonna possibly struggle in the box office. I hope not. I hope more people kind of go see it and has really good word of mouth. But yeah, that's just my short take on this movie. If you have seen it, let me know what you thought about the last voyage of the Demeter. Till next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.